Hola.
So, here we are again, boys. Welcome to Comrades Chat, right? Hockey Chat. What are we calling this thing again?
Hockey Talks.
Hockey Talks. There it is.
Talks. Hockey Talks.
Yeah, you'd think that we'd be better at that by now, knowing what the hell we're even calling it.
Changed it about 5 times.
It's kind of been our running joke, so let's just leave it this way. And every time when we open, we'll just talk shit on it.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're calling this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's the podcast that's not on any podcast format.
That's right.
There we go.
Damn straight. Except YouTube.
yes.
Go to the YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube. Yeah, with a million things to
Smash
look
that fucking subscribe button.
at. All right, so I know we had some stuff we were going to try to chat about, but mostly what we're, I guess, trying to accomplish with this one is the new lighting and the new microphone and just see how all this stuff is working. So if
Slowly
you are,
getting better.
yeah. If you're indeed logged in or watching, if you'd throw a comment up, if things look better or sound better. The big problem that we had was when people moved forward, the light coming down from the ceiling would flush them out, and it became most noticeable when we did the 6-person session with the ladies. They're probably still cussing me. They're like,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, you made us look so great.
Yeah,
Nice
yesterday
job."
Sean was like, fuck that mic guy.
Yeah. Damn bald people. So anyways, that's our primary goal for today. I do think that Zach Hughes said he was going to be in town next week. Zach is Tyler's brother from Omaha. Good buddy. Good friend of the Comrades. Rocking a jersey up in Omaha. Omaha. So I told him if he makes it down, let's get him in here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully, Zach Hughes, if you're making it down, we will see you next weekend.
We'll have a parking spot for you.
Yes, we'll even open up the driveway for you. So I guess I wasn't there, but
Yeah, weren't you like 10 sheets to the wind?
Oh my God, I was. Yeah,
Lucky.
yeah,
We
yeah.
get a text.
Yeah.
3 check marks and a beer emoji.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when you know it's going on. Yeah. But I guess we won last night.
Yes, we did.
Let's hear
Overtime.
the story. Yep.
So it was a hard-fought game. They'd score a goal, we score a goal. They score a goal, we score a goal. It was hard-fought. Ended up going to overtime. Our main man, Ozzy here, got the first goal.
It was
You got
a
the first goal in overtime.
Yep.
Okay, so it was, what are they, shootout?
Yep,
Yeah,
shootout.
And I was like kind of pissed at first because Dylan's like, Austin, you're going first. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I ain't never done this before.
Right.
You don't want me.
Right.
He's like, yeah, you're going first.
Well, he got a lucky strike with that one. Cause,
He did.
Yeah, because I was like, I would not have put Ozzy out there at all.
No.
I'd have gave you another year to get comfortable with this.
9 out of 10 times. Like,
Yeah.
I sent the video to my dad. He's like, why were you skating so slow? It's like, because I didn't want to mishandle the puck before I even
That's
got
not
there.
it. He just can't skate fast.
Yeah,
You didn't want to pull the Brad Marchand and
No.
lose the puck.
I was like, I was building the tension.
Yeah, okay. So, but he said like he coached you and
Yeah.
gave you some pointers and was like, I want you to do this. What was the coaching? Let's hear it.
I was go in left side, cut right, go high glove.
Mm.
As if I can do that.
As if he can barely get the puck off the ice to
Yeah.
begin with.
But you pulled it off.
I somehow did.
Bada bing. Yep.
Bit and went down. And
I got the picture, of their goalie, like, whoop, and you just standing there. It was pretty
It was
cool.
good.
So,
It was
yeah.
good.
$10.99 for the video of him doing it, though. We can't
Yes.
give that for free.
Yeah, no, if you want to see the video, you're paying. We need some sponsors for this damn thing.
Yeah.
All right, so one goal, they get a goal, we get a
No.
goal, that kind of thing.
No.
And then we get to the shootout, right?
Oh, to the shootout,
Right?
yeah.
And then the shootout, we got 2 goals, correct?
And they
so
got
they
none.
must have got 1.
Nope.
Nope.
They got
Yeah,
none? They got none.
We went
Yep.
first.
Yeah, we went first.
Wow.
And
No,
Kyle.
we went second.
No. Oh yeah, we did go second. Yeah, they went first.
Yeah, they
I
went first.
thought we
Okay.
went
No,
first.
they did. Yeah, no,
Man,
they
I
did.
totally wasn't paying
And
attention.
both of theirs were right into his blocker. Just
Yeah.
Right,
Was it
right into his
2?
leg.
Did they only run 2 people?
Well, yeah. So they
Best
went.
out of 3.
They missed. Yeah, it's
Okay.
best out of 3.
Yeah.
They missed. Ozzy scored. They had to. They didn't. And then we took the second go ahead, and Kevin scored that. It was Kevin, right?
It was
yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Kevin
Kevin
scored that.
Yeah, he went high glove.
High
he
glove.
did what I was supposed to.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
You just
So
snuck
the
it in behind
final
them.
score was actually,
3-4.
but you got 2 in the overtime. Why did only 1 count?
Because that's how that overtime works. Is that you win, you get that extra.
Oh,
point.
that's
yeah, how long you
bullshit.
been playing hockey?
That was a 5-3 game, boys.
No one got the hat trick, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Everyone was skating their asses off because they're like, I'm getting that hat trick. I'm getting my league fees paid next season.
Yep.
I'm gonna say I think we've had what 2 hat tricks this year.
Uh-huh. So that was the deal.
I was just having
Like,
a good time.
It was just a great way to maybe inspire
You know what
the
it did?
fellas. Yeah.
No one passed the puck.
Everybody got real stingy. Yeah.
Everyone
Wasn't
got-
that you? It's like stingy
Yeah,
hockey.
selfish
yeah.
hockey.
Yeah,
Selfish hockey. Cruise the blue line if
Yeah.
you're tired.
Yeah. So otherwise, pretty good game. Chippy at all?
A little bit. There
Not
were-
too bad.
I understand Mr. Russell was roughing some people up. That
Yeah,
big,
I never
that big
saw
son
that
of a bitch
before.
needs to get off the caffeine or something.
there was a little bit, but it was going both ways
Gotcha.
Yeah.
on all parts. You know,
But it really, like what little I saw of it, it didn't look like
it was nothing atrocious.
It wasn't like dirty hockey.
Right.
No.
It was hockey.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
it was hard fought hockey.
No,
Yeah.
good.
You know,
That's good. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Cool.
you know, me and Crispy, we were having some fun out there.
Were you?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, I caught him because
Crispy was fun out there.
Yeah.
yeah,
he's
I always see the
always
red
fun.
helmets and I'm like, that's a warrior guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be cool with
Yeah.
You see
no,
the red helmets and you're like, oh, I hate those red helmets.
him. No, I think
I got a couple of
I don't
FUs
like
from the
white
guy.
helmets. I am not a fan of white helmets, just so you know. White helmets and
I'm
white
surprised
gloves.
Danny hasn't gotten a hot pink one yet.
Oh, he will.
I haven't found one yet.
Yeah, he will. He just there isn't one in extra large because they're generally for females. Yeah. All right, so cool. Glad to hear that. I hope all of our equipment is working okay. If you're on and you're hearing something or seeing something that's better, great. We want to hear it. If it's not better, then please tell us. So, I guess moving on, I understand that Justin took a major penalty.
No, he got two.
You
minors.
got two.
Two
So
minors.
you got
Two
a
minors.
stacking two, right?
Yeah,
You
he
didn't
got a
take
slashing and a
five.
roughing.
Okay.
Yep.
All in the same.
Go. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
What was up with
With
him?
4:30 left in the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when he was coming in, he got.
This was selfish hockey.
When we were coming back into our zone, we were getting a delayed penalty for a slash that he did.
That was
And
a
then-
mean slash, too.
Yeah, and then the guy that he slashed got into him. Some stick lifting happened, and then Justin reached his boiling point, and
shoved him.
gave him a good shove.
And then one thing led to another, and they were kissing.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes, right? Yeah.
Yep. So
Yep.
Hippo gave us 2 minors, 4 minutes.
Gotcha. How many penalties in total for the game?
What, maybe if you count those 2,
Yeah.
maybe 4, I think.
We had
So it wasn't-
Kevin got one right,
Kevin got one.
and that was the only.
I think they got one too, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
because they
one-
tripped me.
Yeah.
They got one for tripping on me too.
So they
Yeah,
okay.
because I banged my knee out.
So 5 altogether.
Yeah, cool.
Nothing crazy.
Gotcha. All right, well, good.
This guy was
Good to
an
get the update.
animal on the penalty kill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was.
That was an all-state penalty kill right there.
Oh, well done.
He was.
I had like 6 contracts lined
You
up.
should have
after
heard the
that.
bench every time I touched our stick. We were, dump it!
Yeah.
Dump
I was like,
it!
you don't have to tell me.
No, it was everyone else.
That's funny. So this morning, I guess it was this morning, I hit up the Health Fish, John, and then Matt Lawson, who's actually running the Armed Forces tournament, and Dylan and Kevin S. And was just like, hey, is there any chance we could move our game from that July 10th, that Saturday night, July 10th? And Wilson was like, no way. We've been off 2 weeks. We'll be 3 weeks off if we don't get that game. So the game is still going.
Why can't they push it back?
Why can't they change the time?
I mean, it is what it is. And
Well, because my whole thing is I don't see it working out.
right. Well, and this is what I said, and I will just leave it at that for the sake, especially for this. But those of us who are hockeyed out, we're just going to replace with subs. So we'll just have to recruit some dudes to take our spots. If we're going to go do the Armed Forces thing and let
I'm just
that happen.
retired AF. I'm not giving up hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to go for it, go for it.
The game every other week is kind of
Annoying.
Kind of annoying.
it's a little weird. Yeah, Mary pointed out it looks like it's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
It's not even that.
I don't know. I haven't
At
really
least for
followed
us.
it that closely to sort of see it, but yeah, there's something seriously wrong with the way it's working out. At the end of the day, I think there were 5 teams or 7 teams. How many are there?
It's an odd number.
We even know.
I think it's 5.
5. Yeah, so maybe a free agents team would have made sense here, but again, I mean, you can't keep giving away ice all the time for that stuff either. So, oh well. But hey, it's our inaugural season, and you know,
It's a good one to start on.
yeah. I think the guys are and gal are doing good and having fun. So cool.
I think we're coming together a lot as a team as far as passing.
Yeah.
Figuring out how each other's play.
Yep. So cool. All right, so we got the Armed Forces tourney, and we still need some help. So we probably ought to take a moment to recruit.
Yeah, we
Right?
need 4
Yeah.
spots.
So
Last I heard,
we, the podcast geeks, are playing together, and unfortunately for the Marines, you're stuck with us.
Sorry, boys.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Marins. I'll bring crowns.
Yeah. Sorry, but we're playing low Marine for the Armed Forces
Yeah,
tourney.
it's
Devil
hurt-
Dog.
it's hurt
And
quite a
we need
bit.
4. We still need 4 team members.
We're the only team that needs play.
Right,
Everyone
yeah.
else just needs
Yeah.
one. You can go with
And
that.
then I'm only a half a guy because I only skate 30
And
second
you're
shifts
you're being gracious with that
with the half.
guy.
It's probably more like a quarter.
Yeah.
I skate 30-minute shifts for 2 games out of the 4. So I'm not much help, but I'm going to go down there and show my support. We'll probably do a live from there.
Yeah, well, we got
Yes.
time in between.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
So we'll capture some of the real warriors, the real gentlemen who served our country, which 3 out of 4 of us have not done that. Daniel has served.
Yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, we're looking forward to that. I guess that brings us to our other topic, which was, so we've been kicking around the idea of, you know, that we collectively needed some additional skate sharpening, and
Yes.
suddenly one day Ozzy hits me up on
Pornhub.
on Pornhub. It says, I bought a sharpener. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's roll. Let's see what you got then. So, turning it over to you, let's hear your story with the whole sharpening thing. What made you finally decide to bite? And then, like, where are you coming in the learning process?
Yeah, where are you
So-
coming?
Really, the biggest thing is
Not everything, Daniel. Not everything.
just I wanted to be able to offer the area a sharpening that's superior,
Gotcha.
that people actually know that they're getting a quality product.
Yep.
And because there's some people that subpar at best, but I understand they run different operations. That's not what
Yep.
they focus on.
Yep.
And so
And there aren't a lot of people doing sharpening, period.
no,
I mean, you're
there's
either getting it sharpened at the rinks or,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
maybe at one of the retail locations,
maybe
right?
4 or
Yeah.
5
And
places.
you probably got a couple of different people to pick from there.
Yeah, I think there's 3 guys that are doing it out of their home right now,
Okay.
including me.
Okay.
I heard.
I know one of them's Blade Patrol.
Yeah, and I heard the goalie for one of the D League teams just bought one.
Oh, really?
Same as mine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
who was
interesting.
it? Who was it?
I can't remember. Cole, I think, is his last name, if I remember. right.
Alex Cole?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't
No?
Alex.
I
It
could
was
have sworn it was Alex.
anyway.
It's one of our D League teams?
Yeah.
Well, then it's either Aaron
It wasn't
or
Aaron.
Brock.
It might have been Brock.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought
we'll
someone in the
soon
locker
know.
room-
Anyways.
Someone will chirp up
Yeah.
and be like, I'm the one who bought the sharpener.
But
You jackasses.
so now I'm just trying to figure it out because you guys have been sending your blades to St. Louis,
Yep.
which that's annoying.
Yep.
And
But he does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Skate Tech.
Haven't
He
even used one yet.
he's on the forum that I follow. He's very helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you need
Name's
any-
Chad O'Neill, former equipment manager for the St. Louis Blues.
Mhm.
Hell of a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
followed him a little bit. Followed some of the support that he's put on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And he knows what he's doing. He takes care of the blades. He understands them.
Yeah.
You know, he'll make sure that they're the right height.
Yeah.
Because
Would you say he talks to the blades?
he does.
He talks to him.
Yeah.
He whispers
He's a
like,
blade
"Hey, babe."
whisperer.
Hey, baby.
Whisper speak.
But I think, Austin,
Yeah.
your point is like that's what people are looking for, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
Because I, in my opinion, I think most people don't know what a good sharpening is supposed to feel like.
right? Yeah.
Because the biggest complaint I hear is people say whenever they get their blade sharpened, they're too sharp. And so they go and scuff them up on the plastic
I do that
at
regardless.
first.
I do too, because my hip
But
and the soft
if you
ice.
think of it, if someone is going way too fast, putting too much pressure and a bad finish, then
Yeah.
you're basically putting a serration on the bottom of the blade.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's too sharp; it's just grabbing too much, and you're breaking off that
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to make it smooth like it should be.
So your point is a serration is that center, that channel has
Yeah.
got grooves in it.
Well, and your edge. If the
Yeah.
channel has grooves, then your edges are gonna have
Yeah.
grooves. And so, a few things I've been kind of working on is I do a really light finish pass, get a mirror finish polish, because
Yeah.
that's what you want. Less,
Yeah.
less friction.
That's the first thing I
You're
look
gonna
at
be able
when I
to
get
glide.
mine. I'm like, do they look good? Yeah, they look good. Then I start to test.
And then one thing I've been trying to do, and that I did with this last pair that I sharpened at 1/2 inch, I took an old belt, sprayed it with WD-40, and ran that across there a couple times.
Okay.
Basically, probably the same thing as the plastic.
Yeah.
But this way, it's an even, and it kind of polishes it a little bit better. And I think that helped a lot as
Interesting.
far as not feeling too sharp. But I still, today I was still able to get down on my edge pretty hard.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I felt that edge, but it didn't feel like it was sticking too much.
So far you've only done your skates?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'll
yours-
probably be doing mine soon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are
it's
you-
gonna take me a little while before I'm fully confident in,
Right.
okay, yes, this
Understandable.
is
Yeah.
what I can do. Because,
Yeah.
like, even with mine, I've learned, redressing your wheel is super important, and that's where a lot of these guys won't redress their wheel as often as they should.
Yep.
And so they're not giving you a true 5/8 or a true 1/2 inch. And so, especially on your finish pass, because if you have to do if you have a trauma in the blade that you have to really grind out,
Yep.
then you have to redress that wheel for your finish pass, or else you're not going to have a true.
Yep.
You're not going to get a sharp blade either.
I have a question on the finish, or, pardon me, on redressing the wheel.
Uh-huh.
So my experience is rink rat, worked at the ice rink, sharpened skates on a shitty old sharpener that we just abused the living hell out of. And I've
Slap
seen,
her around a bit.
and I'm, I'll venture to guess that anybody who's doing retail and they're doing sharpening, right, probably run into situations where you've got different people running the sharpener. You've got customers waiting and customers who need help and blah, 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 right? Because there was a guy in Omaha, like, you would go in and get him sharpened, and if the one guy did it, it was great. If one of the other guys did it, it was terrible. I think that redressing the wheel, how easy is that? I mean, is it like marks on the diamond? So,
Yeah. So all you
So-
do is you set the arc of the diamond, and so 1/2 inch. I can go from quarter to an inch on mine.
gotcha.
And then all it is you just it's attached to the cover, and so there's a dial in the back. You just dial it a little bit. It basically keeps your same arc, but
Okay.
then it brings the dresser closer to the wheel, and then you redress it.
Interesting. Okay.
And I've noticed it helps if you do a heavy redress instead of just lightly, because
Yep.
you wear a groove into your wheel.
Yeah.
And that's why I think some people charge more for their sharpening, is because they're redressing their wheel, which wheels are $35 a
Yeah,
pop. So
yeah.
Understandable.
And what's the diamond cost?
the diamond lasts for quite a while.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
We used to seem to figure out some way to jam them up and
no, we
knock the tip off of them. And
yeah,
Just
be
a
like,
tip.
yeah, oh well, you're getting what you get.
yeah. Being from a machinist background, it's
Yeah.
the diamond. It'll last you a long time if you take care of it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was the one thing that impressed me about you, was when you did the CAD drawings of the different hollows, right? And I was like, wow, okay, that's someone who's thinking through the process, mechanically through the process of the sharpening. And then, the other thing that you said was like, it's basic shop stuff, right? I mean, it's like
Yep.
if you address the wheel, or dress the wheel, it's level, right?
Yeah.
And we're getting the groove is down the center. It changing the the radius on the wheel is not that big of a deal. So
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, one thing if you have blades, I would check them, make sure they're the same height too.
Yep.
Right now, I don't have quite the capabilities to grind them down. I've tried, and
I'll
it takes
take
a
it.
lot. But if they're not level, then you're putting your body into a twist.
Yep.
And so over time, you might not think it, but
That's probably what's wrong with my hip.
it could be pinching a nerve. It could be
That's what's
doing
wrong,
all
right?
sorts of things to you. And if your blades aren't level, meaning it wasn't exactly down the center, then your blade is going to be fighting you
Yeah.
instead of working for you.
Yeah. Really good point, because I remember when I bought my new skates. Like, like I skated for a little bit in some used skates, and then I bought new skates. Then I bought a set of blades. I had them profiled. Then I didn't really care for them, so I got another set and I had them profiled. And Mike Jacoby made fun of me because I was finally up to 4 sets of profiled blades.
I get it now.
Right? So, but I kept looking at them and I'm like, this, like, you would set them up, and you would set the set that was supposed to have been profiled on the same machine by the same guy, and one of them would tilt forward versus the other, right? And they were a little taller or a little, a little shorter, however you want to look at it. And I was really appalled by all of that. I'm like, there's so much discrepancy in each one of these blades that I finally took all 4 sets that I had invested in one at a time and did different profiles on, took them all to Chad and said, cross-grind them, which is his term, cross-grinding them to make sure they're all exactly even, right? Then you put your edge on, right?
Yeah.
And so he shaped out all mine. So when it was all said and done, all 4 sets, sat them on the counter. They were all exactly the same height with the exact same rocker point in them. And you're like, that's professional. That's what we're looking for here.
Yeah. So I've noticed even my blades, they're off from blade to blade that were done at the same time. And
Yeah, I think that's just part of the process.
another thing is people don't realize, like, the bottom radius, so your 9-10 foot radius or
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
there's a center point on your blade that has to be centered on.
Yep.
And then there's a certain distance each way that actual radius goes.
Yep.
And then you shave your toe and heel up so you don't toe pick and heel
Yep.
pick and whatnot.
Yep.
Just to kind of remove that material. But if you're profiling a blade and you haven't found that center and your edges where you're supposed to come in and out of on your wheel, then yeah, you're gonna jack up a profile. Which sometimes you want that, if you want a forward lean or backward lean or whatnot. But
Sure. Yep. Yep.
yeah, if you're not paying attention to measuring the blades, then you're just guesswork at that point.
Yep.
You could be jacking people up.
So as far as like the radius sharpening, I know Daniel Ward said I think they're moving the sharpener from bar down here to the new store. So they have a profiler there, right? And then the only other place that we know of that has a profiler is Chad in St. Louis, right?
Yeah,
Is
there's
there
no
anybody
one
else around here who's got one?
I mean, I think up at Line Creek they might have a couple. There's these bars that you put.
Like
they
manual?
Have a Blade
Yeah.
Master and there's
Yeah.
bars.
Okay.
But yeah, they just bought the CAG one there at Bar Down, which is an automatic profiler. And
Okay,
that's the
yeah.
one where
Yeah.
Justin, he was saying he has like a 9, 10, 11 or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
You can do a lot more things with that,
Yep.
but you still have to be able to set it up right, or else
Yep.
you can put a blade in there and
Yeah.
have
Check it
variance.
out.
Yeah, you still have to pay attention to it.
And I don't
Those
know
are-
what kind of a profiler Chad has, but
I'm sure he has
It
something.
seems
A
pretty
lot of the
sophisticated, yeah.
professionals that run shops use more of an automatic for the profile,
yeah.
not for sharpening. If you're running an automatic to sharpen, then you
Yeah.
might as well just be walking across the concrete before you skate.
So what's the
My favorite thing
Sparks?
to do.
Sparks is
Sparks.
the automatic
yeah,
sharpener.
and those
And
are
nobody likes it. Well, like, there's some people who go, oh, they work just fine, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, professionals are like, yeah, no.
no.
And you hear that there's occasionally like a pro team that uses them for maintenance sharpenings or something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you are taking the time to make sure that your blade is level in there, then yeah, it could be good.
Yep.
But most of the time, people just pop it in, hit the button, and go.
Yep.
And here you go. They're not adjusting and tweaking the machine. It has potential to be good, but 9 out of 10 times, it's gonna take out a lot of feel. It's gonna take your heel and toe up a little bit more because
Gotcha.
it's on a spring, so it kind of as it rides.
Yep.
But with those, you can do the flat bottom V, different radiuses,
Yeah.
but it's all.
And didn't you get Blade Patrol did yours, right?
Yeah, he did a flat bottom V on mine, and they
Yeah.
felt pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's
So
something I won't be able to do for a while. There's a spinner
You'll
attachment.
aspire to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's something that you can buy, universal attachment for the little spinner wheels that rest the diamond,
Yeah.
rest the wheel. But it's like $250, and most people said if you're in an area that doesn't offer it, I wouldn't go with it because one, people
Yeah.
are already a little leery of sending their blades to someone new.
Sure. Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is, I know that what I'm offering, as far as the finish and paying attention,
Right.
it just
If you want a standard,
Yeah.
hollow, half-inch,
Yeah,
5/8, whatever,
at the
right?
end of the
I'm running
day-
a 3/4
at the end of the day, all the shops around here that have been sharpening, everyone has still skated on their blades,
Yeah.
and they're continuing to skate on their blades. So,
Yeah.
are they terrible? No. I mean,
Right.
they're gonna work for you.
Yep.
But is it perfect? I'm going to be way too anal about it, and so that's
Hey,
For
just,
you, yeah.
that's just my thing. And
Yeah. Daniel had to make it sexual.
if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right and
Yeah.
give you the best thing that I can possibly.
Right on.
He's gonna make sweet love to those blades.
He's gonna become a blade whisperer. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
So I don't know if you were around in the locker room and heard this, but I know you were for one of them, but we had 2 blade stories last night before the game.
Really.
Really?
So our goalie Kyle,
Yeah.
he took a big old chunk out of his heel on his blade.
Yeah.
So now he's going to be getting a new set, and I think he said he was gonna, if you wanted, he was gonna let you
Yeah.
take a stab at trying to save
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Daniel
then-
just had a set rescued. You were Justin's. Justin gave them to you because they had a notch out of them. And
Yeah,
Have you skated on them yet?
not yet.
Okay.
Well, because I want to put him. I need to put him in my
But they
skates now and give him my other ones.
Yeah, they look clean, right? They
Yeah.
look good to go. Yeah, that's cool.
it. And then Nate went and played a game before our game, and I think I caught it that he went for a stop, and his blade actually snapped in the center.
Ouch.
That
I
happens.
just sheared it. Perfect.
And-
So he was
and-
like, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
You know, I've seen that on the Facebook forum that I follow, that it doesn't matter. High-end blades can snap, low-end blades can snap. I mean, there's so many variables to the
Yeah.
metal quality.
Yeah.
And what I do kind of agree with is a lot of the guy professionals, they tend not want to sell you cheaper steel.
Yeah.
It'll work just fine. It's cheap. You know, 9 out of 10 times with beer leaders, we're going to fuck them up in a
Right.
colossal way anyway.
Yeah.
But the better the quality of the steel, the longer it'll hold your edge. You know, the more confidence. You know, it's not like you'll be going half.
You
the
turn
game
that
and-
off. I wonder if that's not maybe what created some of our initial noise. Guess what?
That's pretty loud.
I'll bet you. I'll bet you.
Yeah, so
that
that
the-
and the fan.
Yeah, I'll bet you that just made a difference in the sound quality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it did.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, it just caught my ear. I'm like, that
Yeah.
thing's running in the background.
Yeah, it does
I thought that was normal. So
Yeah, right. Well,
that's my ears. All
I'm
the time.
hungover, so yeah, I don't even know.
Pedialyte, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I told Austin, saved his life.
And then another thing I want to try to offer is there's a finishing system with a leather, basically a leather strap, kind of what
Mhm.
I'm doing with the belt. Comes with a little like polishing compound.
Yep.
And working that, because it makes a difference the way you do your finish pass too. A lot of guys will do their finish pass nice and slow and whatnot.
Yep.
But you have to knock your burrs off before your finish pass.
Makes
Because
sense. Yep.
if not, then you're just pushing that burr more and more out.
Yep.
And so you have to knock that burr off, kind of push it back in, and then your finish pass should technically just be a polish
Gotcha.
at
Yep.
best.
Yeah, I know when I look at a sharpening that like I'm impressed with, the first thing I notice is it's just nice and just like evenly shiny down in the hollow, and then I check my edges, just literally by running my fingernails so down
Right.
the edges, and if it takes off the same amount all the way across the length of the blade, I know I've got a great sharpening, right?
One thing that what's his face up the Line Creek?
Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Brain had colossal brain fart right there.
That's
I watched him and he checked my blades that I sharpened at a 5/8 and I was like, hey, can you just double check these, make sure our
Yep.
levels are right
Yep.
and everything. He said, yeah, they're good. He said how he checks for sharpness is if he can feel the blade catch on each groove of his
Yeah.
fingerprint, then
Yep.
he knows that's sharp enough.
Yep.
Because if it's not getting into each groove, then you need to get
Yeah.
it sharpened.
So I'll take the blade and I push my finger and my thumb on it to
Mhm.
feel that it's sharp. But my final test is literally
The fingernail.
all up and down. I don't know if anybody else does that. It's maybe
Yeah.
probably old school, but yeah, man. Then I just look at it, and if there's shavings or even all the way down it,
Mhm.
looks good. Test it out that it's sharp all the way down, and then it took the same amount off all the way. And you're right, those are good blades. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely noticed the ones that I've done, the glide is, I wouldn't, in my mind, I wasn't thinking it was going to be much better.
Yep.
But I feel like I can tell a difference in the gliding.
Yep.
And like
Sure, you're not being biased.
I probably so
Placebo effect.
The placebo.
like last night I did notice though, whenever I was like on the bench and scooting over,
Mhm.
if I wasn't like digging into the side, then like I couldn't push off because whenever I go like this, the bottom is so smooth that
Yeah.
there's nothing catching on the rubber.
Yep.
And I was like, that's kind of interesting. So I kept really making sure that, which is good. That's what you want. You don't want to be catching whenever you're just sliding your
Yep.
blade front and back.
Yep.
It should be slicker than dog shit.
Yep. Cool. So, how do people get in
Right.
the game with you?
Right now, I don't have much. I mean, you can find me on Facebook, just
Facebook,
Austin
Tinder,
Ferriola. But I also made
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
I was being you for a minute.
Attaboy, high five.
Let's see, what is
Grinder.
Yeah.
Grinder.
Okay, so when you get to that place where you're,
Yeah. One thing I'm gonna do.
I'm relatively confident, so I'm just
Yeah.
going to say that right now. Like, I've seen your work,
Yeah.
and you've skated on it. I have not personally skated on it because I haven't needed a sharpening yet, but
Mhm.
I would not hesitate to have
Right.
you sharpen my skates as they need sharpening in
it's-
the future.
Especially with you having a machinist background.
Yeah.
You know metal.
Absolutely.
I don't know how much you know metal, but I know you have a
I
basic
know metal.
knowledge of metal.
I know metal. Pantera.
Cowboy X, by the way.
Oh, here we go.
So you can. I made just a quick thing on Google. Elite Edge Works with the X skate
Okay.
sharpening.
Elite
Or-
Edgeworks.
But really, if you just search skate sharpening in Kansas City, I should pop up now
Okay.
in underneath Elite
On
Edge
Google.
Works.
Do you need a model for that?
I do.
Oh yeah, dibs.
And
So, Facebook page to come and
yeah, logo and
get
all
some
that.
stuff on there. Okay, cool.
Need to
Yeah.
Figure something out
Yeah.
there.
We got some friends in the business. We'll help you out. Yeah. Cool.
Right behind Vic's.
All right.
Yep.
So I guess that covers the skate sharpening bit. Anything else on that front?
No.
Okay.
Hopefully, eventually it takes off and I can get guys to actually give me feedback. That's the first thing I need. I
Sure.
need guys to give me feedback. Say,
Yep.
hey, this is complete shit, or this is great.
Yep.
Keep doing it.
Yep.
You know, or try this, try that, because I've only been skating a year, so my terrible skating skills on a blade,
Yep.
I can't feel a whole lot of
Yeah.
difference.
I think you more than make up for that with your machinish
Yeah.
background
Yeah.
and your understanding of like the CAD drawings and those kind of things. Yeah, I think you.
So
Not to mention your OCD when it comes to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
hopefully
yeah.
it gets to
He's-
a point where I can buy a profiler,
Great.
a cross grinder, and
Right.
be able to profile.
Yep.
And maybe someday do boot repair,
Yeah.
all that.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
waiting
But
for.
that's down the road,
Well,
long term.
We'll
Yeah.
get you there.
He's slowly becoming the Rain Man of skate sharpening, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I always say great hockey players don't really teach you shit because they're great, and it's probably in their genes, and they probably didn't work all that hard for it. So ask a great hockey player how to show you a slap shot, and you'll probably never get it. Ask a crappy hockey player to show you how to do a slap shot, and you'll probably get it. Same thing. I
You'll
think
learn
with-
from their mistakes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think the same thing goes for like the sharpening thing too, and that is, if people are just used to getting a good sharpening, then they don't really care. They don't
Yeah.
know that much about it. But I think in your case, you taking the time to make sure you're doing it right and learning everything you can before you put your product out there is really cool. So yeah, appreciate that. And then I'm gonna turn over the shot blockers to you whenever you're ready, because I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I told you I'd model them for you.
I know. But yeah, so I've got the shot blocker material. I actually have it in stock. But yeah, at some point I want to turn that over so you guys can, you boys can.
Can you
figure
get
that
some
one out
Cobra
on your
Kai
own.
logos on that?
I don't know. No, I can't.
Gotcha.
However, you can talk to Mary. She might
Maybe.
have something
Might
to
be
be
able
able
to
to.
something.
Right. Yeah, be able to.
Or Coors Banquet on the sides.
Impregnate some ink into them or something. Anyways, but yeah, so that more to come on that. It's kind of cool that we got at least another place to be able to get things done here locally. We still need some more ice. If anybody's got a few $1 million and would like to open another
yeah,
ice
here you
rink,
go.
yeah, we can sure use that. I think if I won the lottery right now, that's probably what I would do. is dump it into an ice rink.
I'm waiting for you to figure out how to take
Two
it,
nice sheets.
take your sharpener to the rink so I can get them done anytime I want to. You know, just before the game, be like,
Didn't
hey,
Blade
Austin,
Patrol do that?
Well, but he's worked with the rink for a long time, so
Yeah.
they let him go inside because they have their own sharpener inside.
Sure.
But
They're not good at it. I'm just going to
Yeah.
be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you get your skates sharpened at the rink,
Yeah, no.
there's a greater than 50% chance they are not going to be good.
Yeah.
No offense, but that is not the place to get your skates
But
sharpened. Yep.
he works basically it's the figure skating clubs that bring him in, and
Yep.
he just brings his.
Let me
hobbies
clarify.
to
We're talking about Independence.
Yes.
Not Jimmy.
Oh, thank you.
Independence.
Yeah.
Jimmy does.
Jimmy does a great
makes
job.
sure that his
Yeah,
edges
thank
are
you.
level.
Yeah, Jimmy
Does
usually
anybody
does mine.
skate sharpen at KC Ice? Do we know?
I tried getting them to do it once, and they're like 15-minute wait, and then I was like, I'm not waiting 15 minutes.
Do they have a sharpener, or
They
or do they have like a
so-
Sparks machine?
I know they have at least a Sparks machine. I don't remember if they have a regular sharpener too. To be
Okay.
honest with you, somebody else will have to come up and say on that.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's the question we want to know, if there's a legit sharpener available at KC Ice. Obviously, we know Bar Down's got skate sharpening. We know Jimmy Peterson is a skate sharpener.
There's
Blade Patrol.
and then I've
And
seen this.
I've
guy,
had Blade Patrol sharpen mine. I got to give an endorsement there.
Yeah.
It was
Yes,
damn
sir.
good. Yeah.
Damn
and
good.
then
Yep.
I just saw this guy. If you search Casey skate sharpening, South OP skate sharpening,
Okay.
he's been doing it for 20 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's one I'm gonna reach out to him and try to
Right on.
learn a few things off
Yeah.
of him as well,
Yeah. Cool.
because he has the same machine that I have, the Wasoda
Okay.
skate
Yeah.
sharpener.
with soda.
Cool. Cool. All right. Well, I guess that wraps up. We're probably about 30 minutes, anyways, aren't we?
I got
And-
36.
How many?
36.
36. So, new lights, new microphone, giving it a try.
Less ambient noise.
Yes, less ambient noise now. I turned 2 of those lights off. Maybe we could even turn more of those off. I think we turned them down to 1 when we did the session with Helmet Tour. You motherfuckers, you got. Did you hear how good I did that? Did you hear how good I did that?
I can't hear
I
shit.
don't
Helmet Tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got the German accent in.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Been practicing all week. So, anyways.
Sprechen Sie Dick.
Oh, wow. you freaking Z-Dick. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting foul. Anyways, not a family show, never was.
Never claimed to be.
Anything else going on? Anything else I overlooked?
Go Tampa!
Go Tampa, yeah.
Go Canadians.
Yeah. You
I gotta be
fucking
an individual
bandwagoners.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at them
Boston's out, so
Knights are out. That's who I was going for,
all.
but
Yep.
fucking Islanders. You're gonna get Boston out of there, but you can't hold your own, pussies.
Yeah, it would have been a crime if, and I love. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on record for those of you who are pissed at me for my post earlier today about the bandwagon.
I was just shit posting.
Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, if you ever take me serious on Facebook,
Right,
you have a problem.
You take either of us
Yeah,
seriously.
you have a problem. But no, I love the Cinderella story of Montreal, and I mean, Cole Caulfield is a really cool story. How he originally they were like, I don't even know if we're gonna play him, and then they start playing him, and he's doing all these things, and it's great. And I think the cool thing about them is they're young guys, and it's not like real heavy, payroll.
Yeah,
I think the 2 challenges have been right with Vegas and Tampa is heavy payroll.
yeah.
So you get what you pay for, right? And again, looking at like the Islanders, I was like, they got a pretty heavy payroll too, I think. So again, I mean, even if I'm a Tampa fan, I've been a Tampa fan. I'm a Vegas fan.
You're a fan of everybody.
Shut up! I have lots of teams I like. One of them I
No
would never.
loyalty.
Yeah, I would never put on my list would be Montreal. They just never made it, right? Even at one point, Toronto was on my list because they had some cool guys that I like.
No, I enjoy Toronto losing in the first round every time.
Oh, so sad. but if Montreal wins, I'll be right there. I mean, I will be clapping for them and saluting them. I prefer that my buddy Pat Maroon gets a 3rd Stanley Cup ring, and then maybe finally gets a big paycheck because I think he's been underpaid for way too long. and he is getting older, and he's ready for that payday, right? Probably only got a couple more seasons in him, but I would love to see Maroon get one more ring, get a big payday out of it. And again, I'm real selfish when it comes to that stuff.
I've just been enjoying watching Point on the Tampa Bay. I
Isn't
love
he
his,
amazing?
I love his style of hockey.
Yeah.
I've just every time I'm just like, put him out there. Come on, let him get it. Let him get it.
Yeah, he is pretty amazing.
Yep.
But yeah. So, anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I have my big Tampa Lightning thing out in the garage there. You guys have all seen it, so
You should see his butt tattoo.
You should see my butt tattoo. Yeah. We'll do that next session. Yeah.
Cowboy nuts drive me nuts.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess with that, let's close it out and let us know if this one sounds any better, looks any better. That was the whole purpose for us even getting on today, was just to test the new equipment. So if you watch it later, maybe give us a comment. Peace out.
Smash that fucking like button.